Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan says both Edison James and Hector John are responsible for the vacancy of their seats as MPs. Last month, the Speaker of the House of Assembly announced that the seats had been vacant after the members for Salisbury and Marigot missed 3 consecutive sittings of Parliament. Reports indicate that the UWP could take the matter to court, but Mr. Astafan says it is a waste of time.
Well, you know, like you, I've been listening to this jargon and this talk and this political circus going on and on and on. What are the facts? What are the realities? The United Workers' Party wants to boycott the House, all right? And having boycotted the House, they're now crying spilt milk that the seats have been... In other words, they wanted to stay away from the Parliament for the rest of their lives, maintain this facade and this farce about the illegality of the government, and not pay the consequences for their own act. Well, let them go to the court, you know, and then we will see what happens when the matter gets before the court. But I tell you this, I find it took them a very long time to put their money where their mouth is. I suppose they realized the Dominicans were not taking this chat and this blah, 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 blah seriously. And therefore they figured they needed to go to court to see whether maybe someone may take them seriously. Well, let's see what happens and let's see what they file. And when the matter gets to the Attorney General, we will decide what the Attorney General, we will see what the Attorney General decides to do. As far as I'm concerned, the entire United Workers' Party is a waste of time.
Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says Dominica needs to take several measures before it could properly export food to Barbados. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit announced 2 years ago that Dominica will be teaming up with the Barbados government for the exchange of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, all people continue to sell agricultural produce to Barbados. Clearly, we can sell more. There are some issues that we have to continue addressing as time goes by. There are certain things we have to do on Dominican end, and we're doing it. We have passed new legislation in terms of improving the standards. We have constructed parking houses here to properly take care of the preparation and packaging of the fruits and vegetables, and also the ground provisions and so on. But we have traders who trade in Barbados and supermarkets. Clearly, there's a lot more we can do. You know, whether we could supply, say, a prison or a hospital with agricultural produce. So these are the things that I think we need to look at to see whether we can end up signing agreements directly. But at present, we have a very good trade with Barbados in respect to what we call the hucksters who sell to a number of supermarkets in Barbados.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. The town of Portsmouth will elect a new mayor tonight. That's following the resignation of Mayor Errol Hill with effect from June 1st, 2010. Hill, who served as the mayor of Portsmouth for the last 5 years, told kairiNews that the lack of proper resources to perform his duties as mayor stemmed his resignation. kairiNews has learned that a number of councillors are expected to contest the election tonight. kairiNews will attempt to follow the election results. In more news tonight, Jamaican-based University College of the Caribbean will formally open its doors to the Dominican public tomorrow. Program Director of the Jamaican-based University Phoenix of Belfield told a media briefing this morning that the business-based institution is the largest of its kind in Kingston.
In 2002, the Institute of Management Sciences, established in January of 1992, acquired the Institute of Management and Production to form the largest private higher education consortium in Jamaica. The merger created the University College of the Caribbean, UCC. The UCC became the parent organization in 2004 and established the second private university in Jamaica. The new entity, in partnership with the Florida International University, FIU, and the University of Florida, UF, and the Florida State University, popularly called FSU, have since embarked on a major initiative to launch a number of new businesses, information technology and engineering training programs in Jamaica, which began in the year June 2005.
And as the program director of the CIDL UCC Caribbean Phoenix Belfield. Newly appointed president of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters, says he has spent the last month reviewing the programs of the college. He says his objective is to ensure that the Dominica State College is one of the best in the region.
Well, any good executive officer, first thing he does is try to find out what is the institution he just inherited. So I've been spending the last month doing exactly that, doing my own review on because I meet students, I meet faculty, community people, parents have spoken to me what it is. The experiences at the college, and now it's to go through staff and go through the structure and realize all the missing parts we have, like the athletic program. So yes, that would be the first thing. And the second, I mean, I tell people my objective is to make our college one of the best colleges in the region, and it has to be a college. Right now it functions like some kind of high school. It's not. So we got to respect students. Students got to respect us, and you try to treat them like adults, they will behave like adults. So I think it's exciting. There are a lot of young faculties all over the world that want to work here. We'll bring them here. I mean, if it's a duck, it's got to quack like a duck. So the college is the national college, a very important institution. It's the Dominica State College, and people should be proud to go there, and they will be, because it's a product that can help Dominica in the long run. If we can educate our people and make them self-sufficient, then our country will develop. There's a correlation between the output of the college and what happens to the economy of our college. That's how important it is.
Newly appointed president of the Dominica State College, Dr. Donald Peters. Minister for Community Development, Gender Affairs and Social Services, Gloria Shillingford, says government remains committed towards assisting the elderly. She says a monthly allowance of $500 to the 25 centenarians is an example of government's continued support to the elderly. Shillingford was addressing the annual general meeting of the Dominica Council on Aging.
It is also through the initiative of this government that the centenarian program was established. My ministry keeps a record of all centenarians in this country. To date, there are 25 centenarians, all of whom are in receipt of a monthly allowance of $500. What's more, government in 2009 undertook to fund the renovation and, where necessary, the extension of the homes of centenarians to ensure that they are safe, secure, and comfortable. I say all this to say that your theme, safety and security for the elderly, reflects government's long-term objective and commitment to the elderly of this country. I wish to assure you that government will continue to do all in its power to foster a greater recognition of and appreciation for the senior citizens of this country, and to deliver services to them in a timely and efficient manner.
And as Minister for Community Development, Gender Affairs and Social Services, Gloria Shillingford. In news from the region, the U.S. military has ended major relief operations in Haiti 5 months after the devastating earthquake struck, the Southern Command announced on Tuesday. Thousands of troops were deployed in Port-au-Prince as part of Operations Unified Response after the quake to help distribute food and keep the peace after the quake, which killed over 300,000 people. The Pentagon has been reducing the number of soldiers in Port-au-Prince in recent months. However, a 500-strong contingent of U.S. National Guard troops will be engaged in humanitarian assistance projects in rural Haiti through September. Many quake survivors are still in the need of shelter, a situation that threatens to get worse with the start of the hurricane season. And on the international scene, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel had no other choice but to stop the flotilla of ships which tried to break the Gaza blockade on Monday. 9 activists were killed with Israeli troops raided one of the ships in an operation widely criticized by Turkey, which recalled its ambassador in protest and others. And I quote, "This was not a love boat. This was a boat of hate," Mr. Netanyahu said. A mass deportation of foreign activists by air is on the way as activists accuse Israeli forces of brutality. Human Rights Council voted to set up an independent international inquiry into the raid. That's the news tonight, brought to you the kind compliments of the following sponsors. Sports comes up next.